Okay, let's talk about a problem that I see this morning when I was in a demo session. When somebody says, we need to check some fields because if you insert some special characters, you're going to have a problem later when you try to send this information to the electronic invoice or some reports from some localizations. Well, uh, looking in my blogs and my friends and those people who I follow him, I'm looking for something that uh, Yunshu from China, a new MVP, made it about to to not allow some special characters in some fields. So the idea and the code comes from Yunshu. Now I'm going to show you what. For example, in Colombia, in some places in Mexico, when you put the address, okay, let's open, you cannot put some special characters here, like asterisk, parentheses, or maybe ampersand, things like that, okay? And what we want to achieve. Okay, let me put this street 5, and that's okay. But what happens if I put something like this? Okay, we don't have any problem in this place. So if you put something, we have this asterisk is not allowed. Why? Because we put a list of different, let me tell, a different special characters that we cannot use. Okay, we cannot this as a list. For example, let me change this. Okay, let's put this address to community X. We we have a problem here. Okay, let's remove this and everything runs fine. What's up with another kind of fields? For example, this a battery registration number. In my case, there 69, 69. Okay, one. We have a problem. We cannot use this char character here. Okay, I'm going to remove this, and that's all. But the bat registration number, or this is like the NID number, the rook number, everything. We need to achieve 12 or 13 characters depending on this field. As an example, there 69, I miss one, 10, 01, 9y, 9y9. That's all, that's okay, but what happens if I put something like a space? Okay, it's not a valid character, space, okay? So we need to add these in some fields, depending on the localization and what are you going to use this. As an example, let me show you. I added this to bad registration number, address 2, RF, the bad number. This is the same for the vendor. And also we added some fields for bank. Remember, in Mexico we need to make the electronic accounting, and we need sometimes we need these fields, name 2, bank branch, bank account, and we need that those fields do not contain special characters. Let me show you what. This is different from Yunshu because he make a field, and declares this field as a special field for like this. This is a code called from this bad registration number, but in his approach code, he put here bad registration number, bad registration number, bad registration number. No, I don't use that approach. I make a bar called text field with a text, no length, and I put this here. So I always send the same the same function, but different field because these are text fields. So I only copy. I started with customer, then copy to vendor, and change only these numbers, these names. Okay, from bank, if you see, I change only the source and the table extension name. What happened with customer shipment or ship to address field table? It's the same. You can move the address, the phone number. As an example, we have a calling system attached to Business Central, and we want to use this field to send information and call, maybe with Skype or something like this. We can use this, okay? Without dashes or I don't know which points, dots. The same for email. We cannot add an email with some special characters. Okay? We can add this here. Maybe we can we can make a setup table, and then in that table we can add a text field and pull this information from that field. Okay? You use, I don't know, maybe a table setup dot get, table setup dot if finds it, then load this data in this bar and then use that bar here. So you can add more and more and more special characters that you don't want to be used by the users. Okay? So I put in these tables, usually the localization tables, and some fields that we need to use in another parts of the operation, like please create the XML file to send this to the government, but we need to avoid the use of some special characters. That's all. I don't know why nobody do this. Can we get something to avoid that people put some special chars in some fields in the system? No, we don't have this. We need to make a develop which fields in which operations. I don't know why nobody do this before. Remember, here is the code. Let me show you. Let me find this. I'm going to put this in my GitHub. Okay. Also, I put some translations. Here's my source. This is my translation. There is my translation target. Also, I put a permission set in the new way of put the security instead of the XML file. Okay, so you can see this here in the GitHub. Okay, that's all. See you later.